We're going to do the news in about 30 seconds, but first, let me remind you, our phone number is 877-77-BOBBY. Questions, comments, feedback. 877-77-BOBBY.
Bobby's Big
Stories.
Well, they're called the Lake Tahoe foot fondler.
What?
They're nabbed for allegedly touching toes of sleeping women.
But where do they find the women?
Asleep.
They break into their places or what?
Nighttime. Mm-hmm.
That's-
I'd be willing to bet if you went into somebody's place at nighttime, they're asleep, like one or two.
I know. I just didn't know if they were somewhere where they
Well, let's get into it
women were
here.
napping.
A guy who has a foot fetish broke into a resort
Oh.
where they were asleep because it was nighttime. He looks kind of like the lead singer of Smash Mouth with long hair. Somebody once told me.
Funny.
Mark Anthony Gonzalez, 26, who's accused of being the infamous Lake Tahoe foot fondler, was arrested. Two women staying at Club Wyndham South Shore Hotel in Nevada woke up at 4:30 to find the creep fondling their feet.
That's
Boy, it's
so
just
scary.
you might wake them up. So you'd have to, like, if you're gonna try to pull this off successfully, you would have to like fondle hide
Like under the bed? Like
wherever, because let's say they wake up, like fondle my feet, Eddie.
what? Okay.
Huh? What the? Oh, I must have been having a dream.
Right.
Let me go back.
good
Let me
call.
go back to sleep.
Or you would think there's something like in the bed or like,
Or like a spider.
Yeah.
You could even put like a prop like beside her foot to make her think that that's what she touched. And then when she falls back asleep, fondle, 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 fondle. She wakes up, hide. I must be going crazy. I feel like something's fondling my feet. That, if I were the middle of America foot fondler, that's what I would do. I'd fondle them that way.
I don't really like you giving foot fondlers tips.
Are there a lot of them out there?
You know,
There's
we have a
probably-
very small group.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't get the whole feet thing at all. Because I don't know how people are attracted to feet. But yeah, he got inside, he positioned himself at the foot of the bed, and then he just started rubbing the feet of these females. The thing is, you know you're going to get caught. You know you're going to wake them up. So do you cover yourself? Do you know how sometimes at sporting events, the green man, he'll cover himself face, feet, all that. He's totally green or totally red. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Like they get inside it's like a polyester suit.
Yeah.
You have to wear that then. So they have no idea anything about you. Like you're rubbing in your green man suit. And you have the door open. And then
So
as
you're
soon
ready
as they
to
wake
run?
up, you run out.
Wow.
And you're not going to get noticed at all in your suit.
If it's black and it's nighttime, you may not.
Oh, great call.
Anyway, we've been trying to break down the foot fondler here,
Yeah.
but he's busted. He bolted out of the resort. He busted through the exterior sliding screen. He's just clumsy. He was booked into jail. That's the deal. That's from the New York Post. Dang, bro. It's weird. That's just weird. A recent study says simply getting to the ballpark and enjoying a game is great for your mental health. It is beneficial to go to sporting events. Scientists say that watching live sporting events actually help boost mental well-being and reduce the feelings of loneliness. Sports fans that gather with other fans, like-minded people that they feel they have a bond with, they're rooting for the same cause, same thing, that they feel they're a part of something larger than just themselves. So it does help when it comes to loneliness and watching the game. I will say, by the way, this is from Frontiers in Public Health, a research publication. I less and less enjoy going to live sporting events. Now, I love it, and I love going to Arkansas football games and basketball games, but just generally, I would rather watch sporting events on television because the parking, you don't see it as well. The timeouts when you're there, and they're just, there's a timeout and there's nothing on the screen, so what do? Just fondle somebody's feet next to you to get through the day. But yeah, it becomes...
But do you feel a part of something when you're there, though, like an energy of
I
like,
am
these are my
passionate about the
people.
Arkansas Razorbacks.
Yeah.
And if it's a big game or a middle to big game, cannot get enough. I will go basketball, football, baseball. If we're playing like a high school team, I'm good watching it at home.
Yeah.
Are you a high five a stranger sitting next to you guy?
Sometimes.
Yeah, that's always
Basketball
fun.
for sure. Basketball for sure. Because you just get into it.
Oh, yeah. And you
Yeah.
score, you're like, woo, I don't care who you are.
And sometimes
High
I
five.
accidentally fondle men's feet.
What?
Because I get so excited, it's not even
Yeah.
women. I'm just like, oh, fondle
Oh.
the game. You know what I mean?
No.
Why is it so hard to swat a mosquito?
Ooh, it's hard.
They're fast.
Yes.
Flies are faster than mosquitoes.
Mosquitoes make decisions faster than you do. When you decide to hit one, a signal goes from your brain to your spinal cord, then to your arm muscles, and it starts your hand in motion. So it's like nanoseconds. However, the mosquito, once it sees something move in its brain, goes right to its nerve cord and wing muscles. It takes about 100th of the time the human brain takes to do it. So they think about 100 times faster than you can.
Wow.
So
when you do get one, what, you just lucked out?
You were psychic.
What about the gnats that sometimes are in our studio? Because every time I get one, I get so excited that I got them.
Yeah, I don't know about the gnats. They come through a vent or something, I've been told. It's so gross. And all of a sudden, if you ever hear this, that's one of us accidentally hitting the microphone because there's a gnat flying around us. And I asked Steve, like, what's up with the gnats? He goes, I don't know. They come through a vent. Somebody's apparently got a bunch of rotted fruit at a vent on the other side of the building or something, where the gnats just chill. So there's that. I did want to announce this. We announced it an hour ago, but I'm doing a California tour stop on my comedically inspirational tour. Monterey, California, November 3rd. Tickets go on sale Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific. In Monterey, California, love that area. Also Monterey. If you're in Fresno, let's go. Bakersfield, come on. BobbyBones.com. And Friday, there is a pre-sale if you're a part of the B team, but Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific time. A woman, 87 years old, fights off a home invader and then feeds them peanut butter and crackers in the kitchen.
Oh.
Now you may ask why.
Why?
Well, thank you for asking. He was falling on her feet, right? No, it's not. So she was in bed and she wakes up and the person's over her, which is so scary.
My worst.
And she's also 87. Think about that. I mean, that's old. Because older is not always old anymore. Like, I don't think of somebody 70 as being old anymore. Won't you at like 83?
You're old.
That's like you're like old now.
Yeah, things change.
So she says she wakes up, sees a dude standing over her in the bed, and the guy says, I'm going to cut you.
Oh, what?
The woman in her 80s who lives alone got out of bed and put on shoes and started to defend herself. Which, by the way, if I'm standing over an 80-year-old, how's she get up and put shoes on?
Right. That's a lot of time.
But she does it because I can't imagine she's quick like a mosquito.
Probably not.
So the invader starts to push back on her, pushing her against the wall. She hits him, and he said, look, I'm just hungry. I haven't had anything to eat in a while. And she said, well, there's a box of peanut butter and honey crackers. You can have the whole box. And so that's what he did. He went and got 2 containers, and he gave her some Ensure and some tangerines. And the intruder was eating in the kitchen. She called 911 on her rotary phone. The 9. Imagine the 9. Because the 9's the tough one. The 1?
Yeah.
But that 9. So they got there. The cops got there. The teenager that was robbing her, like maybe, I guess, 19, whatever. He was out of there, but the police dog tracked him down a few blocks away. He was charged with burglary, criminal trespassing, assault, consuming liquor as a minor. Well, that one ain't gonna get him in any trouble, but the rest of them will. And that is from the New York Post. You feel bad, but it doesn't matter how bad you feel. You can't go and stand over an old lady and go, I'm gonna cut you.
Right. I mean, I would much prefer you just say, hey, I'm hungry.
Wake up, old lady, where's your crackers?
Right.
So he was hangry? Like what? I don't.
Yeah.
He might have been
And drunk, maybe.
drunk or hangry.
Yeah, a little both.
Something had to be happening there for him to do all of that he was kind of out of his mind.
Yeah.
Man.
Brain health wasn't all there.
A study found that many people think their jobs are pointless, especially people in office jobs. A sociological study confirms that considerable proportion of employees perceive their work as socially useless. Employees in financial, sales, and management occupations are more likely to conclude that their jobs are almost no use to society.
Dang.
That's from Urich Alerts.
That's tough.
You feel like your job is pointless, Lunchbox?
No. Our job is super important, brings a lot of happiness to people. They feel like without us, their life would be empty and they would be lost.
You think that happens with people where they think they would be lost? Period?
100%. Like, Bobby, when we go on vacation, they act like the world is ending.
No, I think...
And they're like, oh my gosh, where's the live show? I don't know. I need new material. Oh my gosh, how dare you guys go to the beach? How dare you take a rest and sleep in one day? They act like we are not, without us, they don't know how to operate in their life.
I would think it's an inconvenience because we all are habitual creatures. I don't know that their life shuts down. They could easily find another show to be a habit to.
Oh, I don't think they can find another show that brings them the happiness and joy that we bring.
I mean,
do you think overall we're the most happiness and joy bringing show in the history of shows?
Probably.
You think you bring happiness and joy?
Yeah, I bring and maybe not happiness,
I'd
but
say
I bring
good tidings and joy.
I
Actually.
bring good tidings and joy and laughter.
So it's
laughter.
like the sports game study. Like our listeners, they feel less lonely.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do agree with. I hope they feel like we're their friends because we share a lot of personal stuff and ideas and thoughts and feelings, and we're very vulnerable. But I think they're okay. I think if this show just went away tomorrow, it'd be a slight adjustment period.
Oh man, some
But then
people
they'd find another
they would
show.
slip into a deep depression.
You think so?
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Maybe he's onto something. I don't know.
He's not.
Let's try it. Let's take a month off.
I'm going to pass on that.
Oh.
One more story here. A study found that sucking in your belly to look more fit is bad for your health.
Oh.
Now, you have to do it a lot, but it can make your abs imbalanced. Over time, this can lead to a condition called Hourglass syndrome, a detrimental change in the structure of the abdominal wall, and it may cause a visible crease to form in the mid-abdomen. Not only that, but this can change and have a knockoff effect on the internal organs if you're holding in and sucking in so much. There are several causes of Hourglass syndrome. All of them result in an imbalance of the function of abdominal muscles, messes with your posture. That's from studyfinds.org.
So a corset is a problem for our internal organs.
A corset.
A corset.
Yeah, but I think you have to wear it a lot.
I know, but I'm thinking of poor women back in the day.
You're wearing one now? Oh, got it. Yeah, I would imagine. Yeah.
I mean, their organs.
Yeah. Like 1600s?
Renaissance days.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
For them.
Yeah.
Where
back
there
then.
wasn't a DJ at the dance, it was just as an orchestra, that
Yeah.
type thing. Yeah. All right, that's the news.
Those were Bobby's Big
Stories.
Jelly Roll. So Eller, the dog we rescued, half hound, half husky, acting really weird this weekend. And she would come up, and she's very smart. So she doesn't really mess with us a whole lot. Like when she has to go to the bathroom, she comes, she just looks at us. We take her to the bathroom. She'd come up, and she would stand and look at me. And I'm like, okay, bathroom, take her to the bathroom. She wouldn't go to the bathroom. She'd be sniffing around a lot. Maybe her stomach's messed up. I don't know. Took her out again. And we had this like platform thing that we walked to the yard, and she just like is looking, it's like she's on top. She's perched amongst like a sniper looking down into the, then she runs down and smells nothing. So she just is smell. And again, she's a hound. And we had these foxes in our yard, and they're gone, but she would freak out through the glass about these foxes. She'd freak out through the glass about rabbits. Now, a little background, growing up, we had beagles and we had hounds that we would hunt with. And they would never actually catch the animal. They were just tracking, sniffing, making noise. That's how we found where the animal was going. That being said, I watched Eller run and catch a rabbit and kill it.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
A full-grown rabbit?
Dude, I felt sad for the rabbit, but I was watching a nature documentary.
That's awesome.
Because that is what that's what her guts have been born to do, was to track it. And she's so quick because she has a little bit of husky, she's a few breeds in her. I want to offend mutts out there because I may be listening. I already canceled by the mutt group.
Right.
But, a bit of that. And all I hear is, done. She comes back and she has a gift for me.
No.
And I bet she looks so proud.
I put it on Instagram. I blurred out the rabbit. Yeah. But if you go to my Instagram, it's me with Eller in the car, who's the sweetest dog. And I'm like, that's the first time I ever saw a hound go hound. That's what she was doing all the time, was tracking that dang bunny. I'm going to say this. Rabbit bunny sounds a little more sad. But I watched her track and then turn into stealth quickness.
That's awesome.
Got it. Boom. Brought it. And I'm like, bro, I don't want it. Put it. And then she put it down and was like, okay, cool. I thought I brought you a gift. And she let it go.
She's like, you don't want the rabbit. Fine.
Mm-hmm. But it's on my Instagram if you want to see the video blurred of the rabbit. I'm not showing a busted up rabbit, but that's what's in her mouth.
Wow.
It was, but honestly, in a weird way, I was like a proud dad. Like watching a kid catch his first touchdown.
Yeah.
I was like.
But it's not like you taught her how to do that.
I know, man. Like we picked her up on the side of the road. She's adopted. She was aggressive when we got her. She's the loving, most sweetest dog ever. Now we gave her like discipline and consistency. And so she's back that with us and just love her so much. And then we saw her and we were just, and I sent, I'm not going to post this stuff, but I sent Caitlin a picture of the bunny. And I was like.
The rabbit.
But rabbit.
The rabbit.
It's crazy to watch though, man. I'm going to tell you.
Okay, so then what'd you do with the rabbit?
Double bagged it.
Mm-hmm.
Just so we have a lot of animals near our property. We have foxes, bobcats. We have coyotes. Obviously the dogs.
Probably raccoons.
Probably.
Yeah.
One kind of creates the other. So I double bagged it. Gave it a proper burial in the trash.
Oh, I was like, you spent time to dig up a hole?
No.
That makes sense.
That would have been nice, though.
That was it. So I called Arkansas Keith yesterday, and we talked. But I called him and I said, hey, again, we had a lot of hunting dogs growing up, but it's the first time Eller's ever done this. I said, hey, so this just happened. I don't really take her in the woods. We didn't train her to do this. He's like, yeah, I guess just genetically, that's what they do. Their mom, dad did it. Their mom and dad did it. Their mom and dad did it. So they do it. Nature more than nurture. And I said, so what's it? He said, I would just be careful with her around cats, just in case.
Oh, so don't take her to Amy's.
Well, he didn't say she would eat a cat. He just said that there were very few of our dogs that could ever actually catch one of these, like a rabbit, a quick animal.
Yeah.
And that even rarer would be, but he's like, occasionally though, you get one that is like, is that just a big squirrel or a big rabbit? But it's a cat. We don't have any cats. And I don't think she's going to do anything because she's, again, super loving and kind. But that she genetically that's what she does as a hound. It's awesome.
That's so cool.
I was
really
sad,
cool.
but it was awesome. I was like, that's my girl. That's my girl. What?
I just feel bad for the
Oh, Caitlin was grossed out by it too.
rabbit.
Circle of life, guys.
It is.
Circle of life.
Although back in the day when I was in college at my boyfriend's ranch, like I don't know what we were doing. I mean, hunting, I guess. They hunted hogs, they shot things. And I was practicing shooting, and I shot a rabbit.
Oh, okay, that's okay. I mean,
no.
If you ate
it's
it,
not okay.
We shot a lot of rabbits.
Well, sure, if you're gonna eat it.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
You didn't eat it?
I don't know.
You shot it
They
and left it
saved-
and said,
no,
"Don't
no.
mess with us."
No,
Oh,
they
man.
saved
Kicked it.
everything. I'm sure they did something with it. Yeah, because they would take all the meat from whatever.
Yeah.
But I just was like, it was crazy though, because I hadn't shot anything before. It was beginner's luck like that, like a big.
What gun did you have though? Like a
One of it,
like a 22 or a shotgun or what? You don't know.
Don't know.
Was it a
Don't
okay.
remember.
Was it a shell that looked like if I do my finger and thumb like a big round shell, or was it like a little bullet?
I think it was little.
So
But
it's
I mean,
some sort of rifle then, like a 22.
I went. I mean, it went right. I mean, just. I mean, I was like, wow, okay, good shot. But then
She tasted blood.
Then I instantly felt horrible.
I don't hunt anymore because I don't need to eat that.
Yeah.
I hunted a lot as a kid because we needed to eat food. For me, the sport of killing animals for the sake of it, not for me. I have a lot of friends that still do it. It's just not my thing anymore. Now, if I watch Eller do it,
Yeah.
Proud dad.
let's go. We're betting at the house. We free a rabbit in the yard. We're like, all right, 30 seconds.
over,
Can we
under.
do it? All right, I'm going to play Noah Kahan, Dial Drunk here, Bobby Bone Show. So the school pickup line is that stressful, huh?
Yes, it's so stressful. Well, okay, it's stressful enough when you're familiar with the school, but if you're brand new, yeah, good luck. It's so, if you don't know where you're going, but it's the first day and they're whistling and yelling and clapping at you like you're supposed to know where you're going. It's just like, okay, go. I rolled down my window at one point and I was like, I'm new. I didn't. Yeah, I just feel like a lot of parents can probably relate to this now that school is getting back in. And no joke, Friday was the first, it was a half day, so it wasn't even real. Today's like the real day. And I was stressed that half day. I mean, I lived 2 minutes from both schools and the whole process was like an hour. And I was like, this is not going to work. We need a new plan.
So, but are there, I don't understand, again, no kids. So are there options? If you're at one school, there's like 3 different places you can pull into?
Yeah, well, no. I mean, it's not that you're so much lost. It's just that the kids are trying to figure out where they're going to go. You got to keep it efficient. So they're very like committed to making sure the cars are going the right way. And I'm like, wait, I don't have my kid yet, and I don't know if I'm supposed to go left or right. And then you got cars behind you.
This kid in here's not mine. You ever had a mix up like, I put the wrong one in here.
Car behind you, car in front of you. So hopefully, I mean, Stashira should start driving herself to school soon. So luckily, that'll be in the past, and then maybe she can also take her brother, or he can also take the bus. But I don't have that part figured out yet either. So we're just new to this stuff, and yeah, I almost cried on Friday, like legit.
Do they do anything to make sure that you're legitimately a parent?
Well, at previous schools we've been to, we have something, and you have a thing that you put in the dashboard that says who you are until they get to know you. But this, no. Where we are now, I was like, well, free for all.
Roll through, open the door, and see what you catch.
Yes.
It's like fishing.
Yeah.
And I was so late picking Stevenson up because it's not for lack of me being there. I was actually there early, but just getting to him was so confusing. And when I pulled up, he looked at me with like hands in the air, like, where have you been? And I'm like, don't even get me started, child. And then they're like, I was like, oh, there he is. And he's like, where have you been? So I stop and I start to unlock my door. And that's when they start whistling at me. Keep moving forward. Move forward. They'll come to you. So then I move forward and then, yeah, they come to me. But I was stopping in the wrong spot. It's just stressful. And then, yeah.
It sounds like it. If people are yelling for any reason,
Oh, yeah.
that is stressful.
Yeah.
If they're yelling.
And then my daughter, she doesn't have a phone right now. She had it taken away from her. And I couldn't find where she was. And I couldn't call her. And I was like, dang, why'd we take away your phone? I really need to get a hold of her.
So you unpunish her just so you can find her?
Kind of. She got her phone back today specifically from that, but it can only make phone calls. And she called, but Friday she couldn't find me, so she went to the office, got my number from the office, and called me from the office phone. And was like, "Mom, where are you?" And I was like, "I'm here."
And what is this cable attached to the phone? Why does this phone have a string on it? This is so weird.
So yeah, I mean, parenting fail for sure because I was there to pick up my kids. I just couldn't get them.
Do you feel better about it today?
TBD.
Keep us in the loop.
We'll see.
TBD.
Eddie with an unpopular opinion here, and I don't know that we're all going to disagree with you because I think Mike's the only one who's seen it, but from anybody that I've heard that's seen Oppenheimer, they loved it. Eddie, you went and watched the 3-hour movie?
I hated it. Dude, I could have watched this movie, whatever I learned from this movie, I could have watched it in 30 minutes on a History Channel show.
Hey, Mike D, I'm going to need Movie Mike to step in here as well because when he says things, you hop in right or wrong.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet. I'm looking forward to seeing it. Eddie, Oppenheimer, it is about the atomic bomb.
Yes, the guy that was in charge of making the atomic bomb for
And that
America.
is the Manhattan Project.
Yes.
Right. Okay, cool. So go ahead.
Well, here's another thing, too. I watched it in IMAX, which was a $27 ticket. And
Why did you do that?
my sister's in town, and she was like, it'd be
they
fun.
wanted to do. Okay,
It's
got
called 70 millimeter. You watch it on a big screen, and really,
That's cool. I like that.
yeah,
I would do that.
Sounds awesome. But the bomb explodes for about 2 minutes, and that's about it. Other than that, it's talking heads. I don't need to see giant talking heads the entire movie.
Does he describe every movie as talking heads?
That's what it was.
Everything, Amy, you bring up a great point about Eddie. Anything where there is more dialogue than boom booms, he's like, I hate it. Because there have been other things where this has been the case. He's like, I hate the show.
Like Air.
All they do is talk.
Yeah, it was like Air, and Matt Damon's in it too. And all he did was talk.
Air was awesome. Okay, Mike D. Oppenheimer.
It is very dialogue driven, but it's so good. I think Eddie just wants action all the time, so he got bored listening to people talk. But it's a lot of dialogue.
Guys, it's about a bomb. I want to see the bomb.
But it's the build up to the bomb. It's the build up to the bomb and the repercussions of what happens afterwards and the effect it had on the world.
Yeah, dude. It was crazy. All
Eddie,
right.
what do you rate it?
Oh, 1. 1 explosion out of 5.
Movie Mike, what'd you rate it?
I gave it a 5 out of 5.
Okay.
It's one of the best movies of the year, probably in the last decade.
Eddie, what'd you give Air? About Nike.
Probably 1.5.
And Mike, what'd you give
Jordans.
I gave it 4 out of 5.
it? And I gave it 4 out of 5 as well.
That same thing on Air.
I
What-
feel like you need to watch movies like they make those kids shows where it's just big scene, like the scenes change quickly and
He's
a lot
what's
of colors.
Cocomelon.
Yeah, Coco Melon. That's the one I was trying to think of.
And he's mad it's in color. He likes it when they're like in the
no.
30s.
That's true.
No.
Jimmy loves those old
Yeah.
movies.
Oh, that's crazy.
This ain't like Rope, the original version.
A lot of Oppenheimer is in black and white.
Really?
There's
Yeah.
certain scenes, yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
What? Now you think it's cool?
Well, the
Well,
fact that they're doing some of
yeah.
that.
And he literally saw it in the best way possible in IMAX. It makes
Yeah.
it so much better. Still didn't like it.
Yeah, you just like to you like to be stimulated visually.
Well, that's why you go to a movie. That's
No,
why it's
you
a
know, that-
screen. I don't want to see people's faces just talking. Oh, yeah? Yeah. Oh, how much? Atoms, plutons. Yes. Blow it up. Great. Well, show me the blow up. Let's not just talk about it.
Wait, so explain how this lines up with the old movies that you love and you'll watch over and
They had no
Turner
special
classic
effects,
movies.
Amy, back then.
Yeah, that's a good
And
point.
Right,
so-
but why is he so enamored with those movies? But
Maybe because I expect like current movies to
That is a
have the
great
technology
point.
for
is
all
an
that.
Excellent point that he watches all those old bullcrap movies with no special effects.
Rope had like 3 camera shots.
Yeah. And a lot of dialogue. Yeah.
A lot of dialogue.
I don't know what it is.
And they were shooting that with the cameras where they put that carpet over their head and they
Yeah.
get under the camera.
With a flash.
Yeah, because unpopular opinion, Eddie doesn't
Unpopular.
like Oppenheimer. Now I have to go watch Oppenheimer.
You know what I was thinking while I was watching Oppenheimer? I should have gone to see Barbie.
Yeah, you don't
Barbie's
like,
good.
You don't like Barbie.
I should have gone to see
I
Barbie.
don't know.
May have too much talking for him.
No,
Oh, really?
There's so many colors and stimulated. He'd be like, "Oh, he won't even know they're talking." Oh, all right, thank you, Eddie.
Yeah.
Lunchbox, what'd you do this weekend?
I went to Boston. Went and watched a couple Red Sox games with my dad and my brother.
Was that like a family bro trip?
Yeah.
How far out did you guys plan that?
2 months, 3 months.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, we just picked a weekend. My dad was like, my dad's never been to Boston, wanted to go. And we're like, let's do it. And he was like, any weekend in August is great. So we just picked the first weekend in August and we went and saw a couple games, walked around Boston.
I love Boston.
It is
Me too.
beautiful.
It's the best. I love it. Not in the winter, I hate it, but I love it when it's like Boston and Chicago in the spring, late spring and summer.
Man.
Chef's kiss to both those cities.
Yeah, like on Friday, I don't think it got over 75 degrees. It was awesome. Man, it was so perfect.
They win.
No.
Did
They
you
lost.
care?
No, I didn't
You
care
just went-
because I just went to go. I mean, it would have been fun to see them win, but the Blue Jays won Friday. The Blue Jays won Saturday. We didn't go Sunday, but the Blue Jays won on Sunday too.
Think you're bad luck, or
Yeah, I kind of think we kind of cursed them. Like it was like they were all
it's the new curse.
They were 2 games out of the wild card, and they were right. The Blue Jays were right in front of them. And then they just got crushed all weekend. It was like, maybe we need to get out of town.
The curse of the lunch beano.
It was so freaking fun, but I didn't get a foul ball.
My in-laws. No. Do you call brother-in-law and sister-in-law in-laws?
Yeah.
But
I
I
call
I
them-
say sister-in-law.
Yeah, I guess so too. I said
Yeah.
in-laws, but my brother-in-law. That's his. Yeah. So Grace, my sister, my
In-law.
wife's sister, and then her husband DJ Gasso. They're here. I love them. They're awesome. I'm so happy they're here. I mean, I
Do
don't
they have
know.
their baby?
Mhm.
Oh, cool.
That little sucker wouldn't. Here's the thing about
Little
kids.
sucker?
Let me say this about kids real quick. I don't know a lot about them. Don't have one. I thought kids were supposed to be like bad. He sat at dinner with us last night for an hour and a half. He's not even one. Chilled. Laughed. Ate noodles on the table. Never screamed.
Well, you're not living with the baby 24/7.
I hear you, but I'm telling you, it was an hour and even that hour and a half. There was no it. The baby's just chilling.
That's pretty cool.
He had a margarita.
Really?
Yeah, it was just.
That's
Well,
awesome.
that could explain
I
it.
was just surprised that it was that for an hour and a half. He was just chilling.
Yeah, they're not all like that, but sometimes you get a good one like that.
I know we have to race on me to wrap this up, but would you say that his demeanor is because it is normally like that they say, and I've spent a lot of time with him, but you could have 2 kids and one's like that and one's not, and the other one could be like all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Apparently, my sister was pretty like you're describing, and I was wow.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Well, good. Thank you guys for hanging out.